Oazio was really surprising. Enough. Now we're going to show it. Renato Gaúcho also posted it on his stories, on his social media. This great coach was a great athlete. The support for Nikolas's walk, which happened last week. And one of the people who unfortunately ended up being affected by this catastrophe with the lightning and all, which Globo highlighted, only talked about that. But Coutinho laughed, mocking the people who suffered from it. My friend seeing a television host laughing. That wasn't because she was showing a segment about Antonio Fagundes, not at all. She was holding back her laughter, then she let it out. She couldn't hold it. It's outrageous. And now, with these scandals involving Lula, Globo, the court suing Bolsonaro because he mentioned the CPX cap, that was back in 2022. Things are pretty obvious, aren't they? I'm going to show everything here. Hit that like button. Come join our family, comment a lot, because we're going to bring you everything. Now, my friends, before we start, I want you to take a look at this image here. You can see it's me in a drylease. Look how big my face was. This other video here that I made for TikTok, I made it about 5 or 6 months ago. Look at my double chin. Look at the size of my face. Look how swollen I was. 20 kilos heavier. 20 kilos heavier. Now, I want you to take a look at this other image here. You see it, guys. Slim Fever, this product here that I advertise on the channel, here on our channel, it's official, okay? It's official with more discount. Because I have a partnership directly with the owner of Slim Fever. Because it was through this little product here that I managed to lose 20 kilos. 20 kilos. I was 105 kilos. Today I'm 85 thanks to Slim Fever. So if you're thinking about going on a diet, we know that at the end of the year, at the beginning of the year and all, you want to stay in shape. I use Slim Fever. It's a little powder, you put it in water, stir it, and it gives you that feeling of fullness, you know? And you'll be able to lose inches. If I could do it, why can't you do it too? So, it's a great product in the fight against obesity. For us to lose weight and look good, it's an excellent opportunity. All the results are here. All the results are here. A few months ago, 20 kilos. I'm living proof that I managed to lose weight. I made a direct deal with the Slim Fever supplier. You won't be able to buy it at our price anywhere else. This is the best deal on the entire internet. So the link is right here, just below. Don't miss out. Lose weight, get slim, and look great. I'm sure your quality of life will improve. The link is just below. Look right here, okay? This guy is in trouble. He's in it up to his neck now, in this situation, with the mess piling up to the top. Now, the court is summoning Bolsonaro for associating the acronym CPX with drug dealers. President Bolsonaro was summoned by the Rio de Janeiro court to respond to a lawsuit for moral damages filed by a resident of the Complexo do Alemão. The lawsuit concerns statements made by Bolsonaro in 2022 when he associated the acronym CPX written on the cap of the. The decision was made by Judge Leonardo Cardoso e Silva, who gave the parties a deadline to state whether they intend to present evidence or agree to an early judgment in the case. According to the judge, failure to respond or making generic requests will be interpreted as agreement with the decision without a new evidentiary phase. The judge also limited each side to 3 witnesses. The lawsuit was filed after President Bolsonaro criticized Inácio, who had appeared wearing a cap with the abbreviation of the favela complex during a visit to the Alemão complex. At the time, Bolsonaro stated that Lula was aligning himself with criminals. The case even went to the Supreme Federal Court, but ended up being sent to the lower court. What was a case like that like, right? No, we've already handled that, right? Narrative. A narrative strong enough to convict the bad guy. Send it to the lower court, but the coup case wasn't, right? The coup case, they sent it there. Did the judge understand? Something has to happen to Bolsonaro. Where have you ever seen this acronym? If you Google it, you'll see the meaning for yourself. You'll see it yourself. But back during the election process, everything Bolsonaro did, the biggest lies that Inácio told, but nothing ever happened. The truths that Bolsonaro pointed out were immediately rejected. It was the largest censorship ever in this country during an election. All just to put that puppet there, right? Yeah. To that place, right? Where he should never be. Never. And look how things are, right? Look how things are. One of the people who, unfortunately, went through that lightning situation at the manifesto on Sunday. The woman says her death wouldn't have been a problem. People are so desperate with the situation in Brazil, as you'll see here now. Retiree Lúcia Helena Canhada. Lopes is one of the people who were affected by the event held in Brasilia after the Walk for Justice and Freedom organized by Nikolas. Lúcia took part in the event with her friend Maria Eli Silva, who remains in the intensive care unit at Santa Marta Hospital in Taguatinga. She was treated at the same hospital, but is already discharged. Lúcia lives in Olympia near Rio Preto, and Maria Eli lives in Jacareí. They've known each other for 40 years and used to travel together across the country. In an interview, Lúcia talked about the moment the lightning struck. She said she heard a loud bang, even fainted, and when she woke up, she thought there had been an attack. If I had died, it would have been for a just and noble cause. According to a statement released by the fire department, 72 people were assisted at the scene after the lightning strike, and 30 were taken to the local hospital. Then what I put there, that Nikolas was at fault for this, that he should have canceled. Has Globo ever canceled a soccer match because of rain and lightning? Globo has never canceled Carnival, even when there are lightning strikes and all that. I've never shown that here. Globo has previously canceled Formula One events due to heavy rain. We used to watch them a lot, but not recently. Who would imagine? Do you think if Nikolas had imagined it, he would have continued? It's a catastrophe, but of course they need to feed this narrative to be able to ruin the event, because they are. Terrified, desperate, completely desperate. You saw that the whole of Brazil reacted, so here's the point for you to see here. For example, André Sade. Impeachment in the Supreme Federal Court is now a concern for all of Brazilian society, not just the right wing. Commentators on the show said the Supreme Federal Court is in a crisis hurting its credibility, likely impacting politics, obviously against Lula. Marival Pereira said the situation will likely worsen and justices should prepare for tough times ahead. The Supreme Court will have to address this issue, as ongoing problems will keep damaging its credibility. New developments will appear, there's no doubt about it. No one should think this is going to end. Don't think there aren't people wanting to make plea bargains, or people wanting to tell more stories. Escape is only possible through censorship. Ministers must brace for a tough year. Marival added that, as it's an election year, the issue of impeaching ministers will be discussed throughout the campaigns, not just within them. This topic has been discussed for years. André Sade agreed, noting that impeaching ministers is no longer a restricted topic. The far right had already considered it. If you say you're right-wing, the people from Movimento Brasil Livre say they're right-wing, so I don't want a right-wing sequence. This guy says that Movimento Brasil Livre is right-wing, that Ezio Neves and those people are right-wing, that many other figures are right-wing, but they're not right-wing at all. But if it's to be labeled as far-right for defending principles, ethical and honest values. You can call us far-right all you want. Calling us far-right is easy. I want to see Andrea Sade call Lula an ultra-mega blaster far-left because he's much more than that. Even Boulos, or Glazy Hoffman, or so many other people who were there. Folks, the so-called love crowd, we can't forget them, but as time goes by, we end up forgetting. Do you remember that minister of human rights, that human rights minister, harassing his own fellow female ministers? And the guy isn't from the far left. It's not us who are the far right. It's outrageous, but here Nikolas thanked you, right? He posted it on his social media. What this woman said exposes a truth that many people avoid. Life is worth nothing when it's lived without meaning. Anyone who thinks that's exaggerated has already traded conscience for comfort. She's not flirting with death. She's rejecting life as a domesticated animal whose only virtue is survival. When someone understands that there are causes greater than their own fear, that person has stopped being part of the crowd and has become an individual again. The despair of our time is not a risk. It's cowardice disguised as prudence, and what she says reminds us of something simple and uncomfortable. When consciousness awakens, the body ceases to be the center of the world. That's what is so frightening. I'll never forget you, Lucia, this wonderful woman from our region in Olympia. Because what we're experiencing today, my friends, is something wild, isn't it? Dictatorship is not easy, it's not easy. And Renato Gaúcho posted on his stories, look, Renato Portaluppi, world champion with Grêmio, shared Nikolas's video. Look here, Acorda Brazil also shared it on their stories. Great Renato Gaúcho. That's what makes the left tremble, that big names, respected names, people with credibility, who don't use Brazilians' money to support themselves. Like many artists who attend leftist rallies only for personal gain, they won't go unless they get something out of it. They just won't go for free. And Renato Gaúcho is really waking up. It's really cool to see that. It's really nice. The whole of Brazil has woken up to this, and that's what's making them scared, really scared. Share this video a lot. Hit the like button. Come be part of our family. Subscribe to the channel. There's news and information here every day. I'll be back soon here on Pais e Filhos, Fabiano Guiguet.